here we are ready to rest and release. I could tell you if you're a person that cools down quickly, you might want to have extra layers handy because you will cool down pretty quickly as we relieve stress from the body. So we're going to start on our backs, and you can come right onto your back. You can tuck your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe relax your shoulders on down to the ground. And just take a moment to land on the earth. And you can begin to notice and pay attention to your back on the ground. Start to soften your muscles. Separate your teeth. When you're ready, we're going to reach our hands out to the sides. You can reach your arms nice and long. And then when you're ready, if you want, you can just drop your knees over to a side. This is called supine, or on your back twist. Pretty simple. If you want, you can bring, if your knees are over to a side, over to the right, you can actually bring your right hand onto your knees just to help the stretch, and then you can look in the opposite direction. And here it can be really easy, right, for the mind to get busy again and get its chance to think lots of thoughts. And so if you can, your attention is one of the best tools that you have. And so if you can start to bring your attention to your ribs, right, the ribs that are stretching right now. And you can imagine your breath, right, opening and expanding your ribs. You can imagine your left arm stretching nice and long. You can imagine the ground kind of pulling you and making your muscles and bones heavier. Let's do one more breath here. Let it go. And then when you're ready, let's come on over to the other side. So knees now drop over to the other side. Opposite arm reaches in opposite direction. And here we go, stretching, opening, expanding. Now that we're focused on release, right, it's important to just notice your muscles and see if you can allow them to relax a little bit more. One way to do that is to soften your muscles, or direct your breath to your muscles so that they relax. Breathing in and out. Ready? Let's come on back to center. You can drop your left foot onto the ground, and let's just give the right knee a little hug into the heart. Yeah. Give it a nice hug. We're going to do this shape and a whole sequence on this shape next week. This is a nice little prep to get started. And then when you're ready, and if you'd like, you can bring your hands to the back of your leg, okay? And you can wrap your fingers together around the back of your leg. And if that is working for you, then you could stretch your leg up to the sky. Yeah, press your heel up to the sky, Press your leg away from your body, open up through your shoulders. And this might give you a little stretch in your arms, and if so, that, you can choose to back off, or maybe bend the knee a little bit, or you can, kick that heel up nice and tall and get a whole big stretch in the arms. And again, you can just notice your breath. If you can try to bring your breath now into your low belly. Nice, big, long, slow breath into the belly. And let it go. When we are in stress, the breath is either going to be in the ribs or it's going to be shallow. It'll be up in the heart. And we'll learn more about that in coming classes. But for now, just notice, right, if you can, try to bring that breath down into your belly and allow your belly muscles to relax as the breath comes in. Right, allow the belly to lift and expand almost like a balloon. And then on your exhale, let it go. Yeah. From here, if you want, you can give your ankle a couple of turns. Make sure to move in both directions. Spread your toes nice and wide. And then when you're ready, you can release. Yeah. And let's just notice for a second. You can have your hands on your hips, or maybe stretch your legs nice and long. This is a really nice way to notice how much of a difference we can feel when the body is stretched and relaxed. So you might feel like the leg that you just stretched almost feels longer than the other one, right? All right, let's come to the other side. So you can bring your left knee now into your chest. You can give it a nice big squeeze. And again, notice your back on the ground and allow your shoulders to feel nice and heavy. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands to the back of your left leg. And if you want, you can wrap your fingers together. And if you want, you can stretch your leg up to the sky. And maybe that'll stretch your arms even more. Fun fact, I was in my early 30s when I started practicing yoga seriously, or I was close to 30. And, like at that point, people are not growing. Human body stops growing. And I grew an inch, a whole inch, just from stretching more. So if your goal is to be a little taller, then I highly recommend intentional stretching on the regular basis. It will do its work, right? The more we release tension from our muscles, right, the more we consciously choose to relax, right? The more we use our breath to soften the body. Right? The more open the body becomes and the less stress we hold in our tissues. Let's give ourselves 2 big belly breaths here. A nice big inhale. Exhale. Yeah, one more breath in and out. And then you can slowly, if you want, make those circles with your ankle. A couple in one direction and a couple in the other direction. And then when you're ready, you can release your grip on that leg, maybe give your knee a quick hug, send your leg nice and long on your mat, and just begin to notice now, right? We've opened up the hips, we've opened up the ribs, we've opened up the legs, right? And your body is probably maybe a little bit more relaxed than it was when we started. Now we're going to bring our shoulders just a little closer together and let your heart lift up as you stretch your arms nice and wide. And flip your palms up to the sky. I'm going to guide you through a relaxation, but if you'd prefer, you can do the extended relaxation that is also part of this week's series. You can begin by noticing your breath, noticing the inhale and the exhale. And then maybe, if you'd like, you can imagine your breath filling up the base of your belly. Right, so as you inhale, the belly muscles expand. And then on your exhale, you can let it go. Let's do 5 conscious breaths here. So nice big belly breath, inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Big breath in. And take a long, slow exhale out. One more big belly breath, nice and slow this time. Breathe in all the way. And filling the belly with air. Filling the chest with air. Filling the ribs with air. Filling up all the way. And then letting it all go. If we've done our work, then at this point you might be ready to rest and just relax on the ground for a couple of minutes. And if so, enjoy it, right? Go ahead and stay here as long as you'd like. And when you're ready to move on, you can wiggle fingers and toes. Take your time, right? There's no rush. There's no rush, right? Don't undo all the work that we just did to consciously relax. You just want to give yourself some time and some space to emerge and move on to the rest of your day or to your rest cycle with ease and gentleness. So try to move a little slower, almost like tortoise speed, as you slowly make your way into the rest of your day. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that this helped you, and be well.